Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Because he has been on the show for more than 10 years, we have witnessed Kody Brown undergo numerous makeovers. He had a different hairstyle and was somewhat run down at first, but now he looks different. He's much more polished now. He recently had a minor but significant makeover, though, which altered his physical attributes once more. Many were taken aback by this, and they began to wonder why he was even thinking about getting a glow-up at this time. Kody has always placed a premium on looks, and he even thought Robin was more gorgeous than she was. But it's also clear that Kody wasn't maintaining his appearance. His abrupt transformation was therefore somewhat startling. He has recently flaunted his new expensive acquisition and seems to be in a better mood. He is also attempting to have a relationship and make amends with his children. What has changed then? Why is he acting like someone else all of a sudden? Sister Wives, the reasons why people believe Kody's veneers are inexpensive. After a recent cameo video, fans think Kody Brown's new veneers are cheap. Only a couple of his front teeth appeared to be upgraded, as was seen in the video. The rest of his smile did not shift, giving it a strange, patchy look. The half-done look was ridiculed by viewers on Reddit. They talked about his decision to forego a complete dental makeover in favor of a low-cost cosmetic repair. It was suggested by some that he might be wearing clip-on veneers. When admirers compared his ostentatious Mercedes-AMG convertible purchase to his seeming frugal dental care, the criticism grew more intense. Sister Wives, is there a higher purpose behind Kody's latest makeover? Now that they are monogamous, Kody and Robin are moving closer to creating a fulfilling life together. But it's also clear that Kody is still resentful and obsessed with his ex-wives. He continued to attack them in the tell-all, attempting to establish the idea that he still harbors feelings for his ex-wives. He attempted to appear calm and unconcerned, but it was unsuccessful. He just bought a new automobile and sold his house. Kody even received new veneers. Additionally, there are speculations that he and his wife, Robin, are spending a lot of money on pricey accessories. In addition, he is getting modest cosmetic procedures and changing the way he looks. Supporters believe he's attempting to seem younger. Many even think that his ex-wife, Christine, is the reason he is doing all of this. He found it hard to believe that she had moved on and was happy with David. So, is there a hidden agenda behind his makeover? For the most part, the answer is yes. He expressed sympathy for Christine and David, saying they made their lives about him and Robin, even throughout the tell-all. He's being petty and making everything about himself as usual. Janelle's preference for the dogs and children over him also infuriated him. We have observed his tendency to torture others and make everything about himself. It's possible that he is striving to improve himself in order to draw in more women. There is still a chance that he will reconsider polygamy, regardless of his statements. What are your thoughts, then? Robin and Kody Brown, stars of Sister Wives, may be settling into a more conventional marriage, but their home decor is anything but typical. Imagine a whole room devoted to the cowboy lifestyle or horses getting romantic beneath a brilliant moonlit sky. Robin and Kody's multimillion-dollar, six-bedroom home would be a field day for Retta from Ugliest House in America. But how about we take a tour? The couple bought a new house, but when they put their old Flagstaff house up for sale in August 2024, people noticed their pretty quirky interior design choices right away. Screenshots of the couple's Zillow listing, which included some of the most dubious objects in their house, were posted by a Reddit user. Even though the land is stunning, it's undeniable that a big painting of two horses sharing a kiss beneath the moonlight is not exactly what most people would consider elegant art. The animals almost seem to represent Robin and Kody's romance, which is a little too obvious if that's the case. It would seem that the odd painting would stand out sharply against the rest of Kody and Robin's decor selections. Unfortunately, there were numerous mismatched design components throughout the entire property. This is exemplified by Robin and Kody's cowboy-themed room, which has a Walmart rug with an enormous Lone Star print and a native bow and arrow hung on the wall. Robin and Kody's decor choices are not only insensitive, but also really tacky. The couple's lack of cultural awareness is evident in the employment of indigenous iconography. For many native cultures, these objects have profound spiritual and historical significance, so it's not exactly a good look to reduce them to rustic ornaments in order to fit the room's Western aesthetic. Even worse is the heavy, leather furniture, which only serves to make the space feel less like a person's home and more like a 1960s movie set. The couple's master chamber, with its velvet drapes, lavender bedding, and overall medieval-style furnishings, was even dubbed the Purple Princess Bedroom by Reddit users. Although interior design preferences are undoubtedly subjective, everyone would agree that this room's mix of colors and textures was overpowering. However, that doesn't even include the toilet, which was a patchwork of oddly conflicting aspects. Motivational slogans and scriptural verses were penned in red marker on the mirror in the master bathroom. In addition, the Flintstones sink was an inappropriate addition that did not create a strong impression. Last but not least, Robin and Kody's bathroom actually reflects their appreciation of large geodes and ornamental crystals. The bathroom is even more startling to look at when combined with the bedroom's already disorganized layout. It appears as though the pair wanted to create a massive visual jumble by combining all of the Pinterest boards they had seen. But what's most disturbing about all of this is how much money Kody and Robin spent on their unconventional design choices. The total cost of all the artworks the couple had on display in their previous house was calculated by a Reddit user, and it came to about $150,000. Not to mention the innumerable sculptures and wall decorations strewn all around the house. Kody's obvious disregard for the needs of the rest of his family just serves to highlight how horrible this is. When the Browns first relocated to Flagstaff, Mary Brown operated a bed and breakfast that her ex-husband would not finance, forcing Janelle Brown to live in an RV. In addition, Christine Brown was forced to sue Kody for child support in September 2024. But he was too busy commissioning pieces that hardly had room for display at his and Robin's house. Now, people have theorized that Kody used these purchases to conceal his money from his ex-wives because of the way these pieces seemed to be clumsily arranged on the walls. That would undoubtedly account for the thousands of dollars worth of clutter and garish prints that filled his and Robin's previous house. When Kody Brown walked into that confessional chair with trimmed ends, a newly bronzed glow, a suspiciously brightened smile, and a wardrobe that screamed image rehab meets midlife crisis, fans weren't just surprised. They were suspicious. The man who once proudly paraded his trademark lion's mane through the dust of Flagstaff was suddenly looking like a man with something to prove, or something to hide. And now, the internet is on fire with speculation. Did Kody Brown undergo a makeover for a shady reason? Something about it feels strategic, calculated. Like every strand of that flat-ironed hair, every tailored shirt, and every surgically tamed eyebrow was part of a bigger picture. A picture that doesn't include accountability, but instead reinvention. Let's be honest, Kody didn't wake up one day post-season 18 and decide to moisturize for the first time in a decade without motive. This is the same Kody who, when emotionally cornered, weaponized neglect, played favorites, and turned monogamy into a backhanded insult. The same Kody who famously compared Christine's departure to a betrayal worse than cheating. And yet here he is now, gleaming in front of a lens, speaking softly, dressing sharper, smoothing out every jagged edge of his brand like a man desperate to pivot, not just from polygamy, but from consequences. So, what's the shady reason fans are whispering about? Some believe it's all about optics, that Kody, knowing full well the cultural tide has turned against him after years of favoritism and dismissive behavior, is rebranding himself for a new narrative. A clean slate, a redemption arc, or, depending on who you ask, a soft launch for a whole new relationship. Yes, rumors are swirling that Kody has a new woman in his orbit, someone not tied to the Sister Wives universe, someone who wouldn't know about the trauma-laden Zoom calls, the passive-aggressive porch speeches, or the countless times he dismissed Mary with a handshake and a smile. A younger woman, perhaps? A fresh set of eyes that only knows this new, refined, moisturized version of him? One with deep thoughts, tighter jeans, and a curiously stocked shelf of self-help books behind him in his latest confessionals? The timing isn't just suspicious, It's downright eerie. Because just as Christine and Janelle publicly embrace their glow-ups, their freedom, their rebirth, here comes Kody with his own transformation, as if he too deserves a fresh narrative. As if he, the man who fractured a family with his ego and insecurity, gets to rewrite his story with nothing more than a flat iron and a fitted blazer. But fans aren't buying it. Reddit is lit with threads titled "Kody's Makeover Equals Midlife Crisis or Manipulation? Is TLC Softening His Image on Purpose?" and "New Hair, Same Narcissist." It's clear this isn't about aesthetics, it's about trust. And many viewers feel that Kody's latest look is less about self-care and more about damage control. Let's not forget, Season 19's tell-all was brutal. Christine didn't hold back. Janelle stared straight into the camera with the weight of 20 years of emotional labor. Even Mary, once the most loyal, walked away with a grace that eclipsed every rejection Kody ever gave her. Kody was left standing in the ruins of his own making, and now, suddenly, he's glammed up like a man preparing for a second act. Could it be that he's pitching a spinoff? Fans are whispering that behind the scenes, Kody has been quietly floating ideas to TLC producers about a rebuilding series, a post-polygamy reality experiment where he focuses on fatherhood, introspection, and the journey back to love. Convenient, isn't it? That just as his public approval plummeted, the curls disappeared, the grays were dyed, and his social media presence became oddly curated and, dare we say, inspirational? Gone are the rants. Gone are the accusatory TikToks. Instead, we're seeing Kody hiking with Solomon, drinking tea in a staged minimalist kitchen and posting vague captions like, "Healing starts with the truth." Fans are asking, whose truth? Because Kody's makeover isn't just a personal change, it's a calculated shift in narrative. He's reframing himself not as the man who let his family implode, but as the man who survived it. As if the pain he caused was just collateral damage on his path to self-discovery. And while we're on shady possibilities, what if this isn't just about a new woman or a TV pitch or image rehab? What if there's a legal twist no one saw coming? Christine and Janelle both hinted at financial entanglements in Season 18, and fans have long speculated about the murky state of the Brown family finances. With property disputes, shared business assets, and legal responsibilities crumbling alongside emotional bonds, could Kody be preparing for court appearances and trying to look more sympathetic while doing it? A well-groomed man with a soft voice and a renewed sense of responsibility reads very differently on paper than a raving polygamist with a garage full of testosterone. Is this makeover a calculated move to present as more fatherly, more stable, more competent, perhaps in the eyes of a judge? The questions only get messier the deeper you dig. Some fans are even suggesting Kody's new look might be his attempt to fit into a completely different community, one that has no interest in polygamy, faith-based families, or his past chaos. Rumors have floated that Kody has been quietly networking in business circles outside of reality TV, possibly trying to establish a consulting career in family mediation. Let that sink in. Kody Brown, family mediator. The same man who once told his son Gabriel to stop acting like a victim is now positioning himself as someone who gives relationship advice? That's not reinvention, that's repackaging dysfunction. And still, he walks through every confessional with that unnerving calm, that smoothed down hair, that suspicious new tan, as if this version of him is who he always meant to be. But fans remember. Fans never forget. They remember the garage fights, the Christmas list drama, the way he minimized his children's pain on national television. No amount of anti-aging serum can erase the wounds he caused. The makeover, in this light, isn't growth. It's a costume. It's camouflage. And yet the tragedy is this. It could work. Because TLC has a history of redemption arcs. They love nothing more than turning villains into sympathetic father figures. And with the ratings bonanza Sister Wives continues to be, they have every reason to keep Kody on the screen and on script. The real heartbreak isn't just that Kody might be faking his transformation. It's that he might succeed. He might reemerge from the ashes of his failed marriages with a new woman, a new show, and a new audience that never saw the harm he caused. And the women, Christine, Janelle, Mary, will once again be expected to smile from a distance while the man who ignored their boundaries becomes a reformed man with a camera crew and a skincare routine. So, did Kody Brown undergo a makeover for a shady reason? Absolutely. Whether it's to woo a new woman, launch a spinoff, dodge a legal disaster, or gaslight America into forgetting who he was just 3 seasons ago, it's clear this transformation is anything but pure. It's strategy dressed as self-care. And viewers would do well to keep their eyes open, because behind that glow-up, Kody might just be hiding his boldest manipulation yet. Because let's be brutally honest, Kody's transformation isn't coming from some deep place of reckoning or remorse. It's coming at the exact moment when his relevance is slipping, when his image is in tatters, when viewers have begun to unite behind a simple, deafening truth. Kody Brown destroyed what he built. His family imploded not because of Christine or Janelle, not because of Mary's emotional needs or Robin's quiet manipulation, but because Kody, at his core, was never capable of leading fairly. He mistook control for love, obedience for harmony, and now that it's all burning down around him, he's repackaging himself as the man who grew from it. But fans aren't buying it. Not this time. Because while Kody might have updated his wardrobe and toned down the tantrums, he hasn't actually apologized. Not in a real, full-bodied way. Not to Christine. Not to Janelle. Not to the kids. Every "I regret" is smothered in conditions. Every "I could have done things differently" is paired with "but I was under so much pressure." The makeover isn't about truth. It's about optics. It's a strategic pivot, one that conveniently rewrites the past without the messiness of accountability. And that's where fans feel most betrayed, not just by Kody, but by TLC itself. Because let's not pretend this transformation is happening in a vacuum. There are cameras rolling. There are production meetings. There are edit decisions being made that soften Kody's language, frame his self-pity as insight, and crop out the worst of his passive-aggressive tirades. He's getting the kind of edit Christine never did when she first expressed doubts. The kind of edit Mary was denied when she was sobbing over a decade of emotional starvation. The producers are building a Kody 2.0 right in front of our eyes, polished, softened, quietly reflective, and it's all a performance. It's not real healing. It's rebranding. It's PR. And here's the kicker. He's doing it without even addressing Robin. That's the most glaring omission of all. Robin, once the centerpiece of Kody's life and the root of the favoritism that drove wedges through every wife's heart, has vanished from this new Kody narrative. Where is she? Why is she absent from the social posts, the behind-the-scenes chatter, the grooming glow-up? Is Kody distancing himself from her too? Is she part of the rebrand problem? Or worse, is she helping orchestrate it, silently shaping Kody's image from behind the scenes so that she doesn't fall with him? Some fans think so. And that theory grows stronger with every calculated smile, every carefully edited scene where Kody waxes poetic about fatherhood and growth and getting another chance at life. He's not just angling for a spinoff. He's auditioning. For forgiveness. For fans. For the cameras. And maybe even for mainstream media redemption. It sounds far-fetched, but is it? Kody's new look is cleaner. Sharper. Less chaotic. His voice is calmer. He's quoting self-help books now. He's giving interviews with measured answers and no more explosive breakdowns. And let's not forget how fast other fallen reality stars have rebranded into influencers, podcast hosts, or reformed life coaches. Kody has a big enough platform, a deep enough fan base, even if most of it hates him, to make a second career out of this so-called transformation. But again, what's the shady reason behind it all? Because at the core, this isn't about skincare or hair gel or new boots. This is about power. Kody's makeover is the last power play of a man who no longer has a house full of wives to dominate. He doesn't control the narrative at home anymore. His kids are going public. Christine is remarried.
Janelle is thriving.
Mary is finally speaking her truth. Robin is on the defensive. Kody is a man with no kingdom, but he still wants to be king. So what does he do? He builds a new image. A new version of himself that looks safe, healthy, mature, appealing, marketable.
And it's working for now.
Some casual viewers are even commenting, "Wow, Kody seems different lately." Or "He's trying, give him a chance." But longtime fans, the ones who watched every meltdown, every manipulation, every gaslighting moment, are screaming, "He hasn't changed. He's hiding in plain sight. He's hiding behind that new haircut, behind that wrinkle serum, behind those 'I just want peace in my family' sound bites." Because if Kody really wanted peace, he wouldn't be posting filtered selfies. He'd be calling his children. He wouldn't be flirting with the cameras. He'd be sitting across from Gabriel or Garrison or Isabel or Leon and actually listening. But that doesn't make good TV. A redemption arc, though? A makeover montage? That's clickbait gold.